Well, how's it going, everyone? Kris Hair here, the world champion crypto cowboy. Little change of scenery today. Right there is what they call North Side, down in the Fort Worth stockyards. And wife had an American Paint Horse Association conference this morning. They were trying to change some rules in the horse show, so she wanted to be a part of that and make sure we were getting what was best for our horses as well. But we'll talk about the 800-pound gorilla in the room today, and that's what's happening in Iran right now as we speak. This morning, Trump announced we are going in, and we're going to take out some of their installations where they think that they may have been using nuclear assets to create warheads. And that's not good. Trump feels like that the Iranians have supported terrorism in the past and feel like they could do that again, especially if they had some kind of military arsenal of nuclear capabilities. So I think he's got a strong set of what he wants to do there. I think there's some bigger things going on the geopolitical scale with that, but I'm not going to get into the politics of that. But there's a couple of different ways this could unfold, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Now, we did see a big pullback this morning, late overnight. I had entered a short last night, kind of felt like these things were coming. But since then, I closed it and I was just going to re-enter it. I don't really like trading weekends, so that's kind of where I'm at. Just kind of taking it easy. But there's a couple of different ways we need to look at this. We know those kind of military installations cause a lot of uncertainty. The markets don't like it. But there's a couple of things happening here that I think are super interesting. If you think about doing these things over a weekend. New York traditional markets close on Fridays and they're closed all weekend, so they don't have time to react to something like this. I watched a video today with Tyler Hill and he kind of made me think about this, and it really makes a lot of sense that rather than doing that on Friday to keep the markets from tanking, maybe they do that on Friday to give the markets a chance to settle. That gives you about 48 to 72 hours after an announcement like that to really see what happens when the smoke settles. And then your markets may not react. I know we've seen a lot of bad news come out over weekends before. Crypto's open 24 hours, so it's going to have an opportunity to react, and it's ultra volatile. And when things are super volatile, I think that's when you have to think about people getting away a hedge for safety, things that are less risky. So it's easy to pull your crypto and go on. And I wonder if that's not what's happening here. The other option is that we open on New York open, stock market absolutely freaks out, and we go to absolute, and it starts pulling back, and then it's a no-brainer that crypto's just going to roll back with it. Seems like crypto goes up, or stocks go up, crypto stays the same, stocks go down, crypto tanks. It's kind of like altcoins following Bitcoin, if you really want to put it that way. So it is kind of a mess. I think there would be a lot of volatility around it either way. I've seen some mentionings on X, and I've watched a couple videos that guys feel very strongly that this might create a bottom. And I can see their argument to an extent. I mean, we are down at some critical supports. We talked about this last night in last night's video. We're right on a consolidative support that we hit back before Trump was elected. And I said that if we could hold there, it could be a valid bottom. And then your next consolidated areas were around 30 and 20,000. I think there was one at 40. So I understand what their concept is that we're so low, we're on that big consolidative section there. What if this is all just a big flex? And they did what they needed to do. The reports is that they took out the supreme leader after all, and a lot of his big head guys that are in charge of everything. There's the Drover Hotel, big fancy hotel, super expensive to stay at. That's where my wife's conference is. But anyway, that could happen. There's just a lot of uncertainty with all of it. So what am I doing? Well, I've got those shorts in, but I'm being ultra cautious on them. I really want to see what happens over the weekend. If we just kind of consolidate around here, it's going to raise a big question on Monday morning. If we dump hard, it raises another big question of maybe we go up on Monday morning. And then if we rock it up here and go up really strong like we did on that Jane Street News, I just don't think you can sustain those kind of moves that happen so fast, so quick. And maybe we dump on Monday. Those are kind of my three scenarios playing out here. There's not a lot of good news on the table, so I just can't find a real reason for upside, but I still think that $40,000 to $50,000 is probably our realistic target, and that's where we finish out. But you could see a bounce here at 80,000. I'm not really going to get towards a bullish side until we get over about 80,000. I think that's your big critical support or your resistance that you got to get over to think about more upside and think about a bull run. And then I don't know what happens with altcoins here. It could get ugly, guys. They bled out a lot already. I did an altcoin video last night. It looked like they were probably in a point where they could probably bleed out a lot more. I noticed some of you didn't like that. I lost a couple of, well, I lost one subscriber for them. But what's funny is I gained 2 more after. So there's a lot of different things that could happen here. And, you know, oil looks like it's ready to go up. I really think $80 to $100 a barrel is realistic on that. We saw it go up about 3% yesterday, and I told you guys yesterday, hey, I think we're about ready to do, something's about to happen over there, and sure enough, 12 hours later, we're talking about it. So, I've been in this space a long time. I followed oil, I followed commodities, I followed stocks a long time. And there's just certain things that can happen, and if you're paying attention, you can pretty well capitalize on it. So we'll keep posting signals in the crypto school as we get a chance to. There's just not a lot right now. I really want to put in a big short here, but I'm just worried that we're going to see at least some kind of significant macro dead cat bounce. We may not, but bear markets are kind of this way. They're the exact opposite of when we're in those flaming bull markets. They just kind of keep going down, and they really don't go up a lot, and I just really feel like that's probably what's happening here. But over the weekend, I'm just going to kind of hang out. We're going to the Ring Cow Horse Finals tonight. They call it the world's greatest horseman. It takes some of the best horses in the world, and they run 4 disciplines. They'll do some cutting, they'll do some steer stopping, they'll run a rating pattern, and then they do their cow work. And it's super exciting to watch, and it's really neat to see some of those best horses that have ever walked the planet right now get to compete and earn a lot of money for it. Just the talent that those trainers and those horses have are absolutely amazing. And it's always kind of the highlight of my year to go take a look at it and enjoy the night. So don't forget to like and subscribe, tap that bell notification, leave us a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and I really enjoy hearing from you guys. But I'm gonna walk around here in the stockyards for a little while, get some fresh air, just enjoy the day where I'm not working or not under horses. It's gonna be a good day. I'm going to wrap it up right here. Kris Hair, the world champion crypto cowboy. I really appreciate you watching. We'll see you down the road.